Hi, my name is Karla Herrera and I'm a first-year life design student. Today I'll be talking about my journey on how I overcame procrastination. So let's start from the beginning. I am the first generation from my family to get a good education and have opportunities for my future. So for as long as I can remember, my mom always told me I had to be the best. Not perfect, but always try my hardest and lean towards perfect. That pressure I had started in elementary school and I carried it into middle school. And honestly, it worked. I felt like that was the reason that
I got straight A's, did all my homework, and even became competitive about being the best. I stayed on top of everything and did what my teachers and parents expected because I love that feeling of being accomplished with success and recognition.
But over time, when I got to high school, that feeling started to change. I was still doing well in school, but sometimes it felt different. I couldn't tell if I was just starting to feel that feeling of recognition all the time, or if I was just starting to feel burnt out. Freshman year of high school came around and I still did well, at least mostly. All A's and a B+ in geometry. I remember going home crying because I needed to get just a 0.4 more percent to get an A-. People told me it's just a B+, but that only made me more frustrated because I knew I could have done better, as I knew that was not my best. Going into sophomore year, I thought I was ready to take on harder classes. My schedule ran down from all honors and 1 AP, but I was wrong. It felt like getting hit by a bus. My grades started dropping from A's to C's, and I started feeling overwhelmed. Homework became too much, and I felt like I had to choose one class over another. History over algebra, chemistry over history, AP seminar over chemistry. But over time, I started to realize that with all my problems, it was procrastination. I started procrastinating a lot. I kept saying I didn't have time, when in reality I did. But it got to a point where I just didn't want to do any of it anymore. I preferred watching Instagram Reels and calling friends who were less busy or somehow juggling sophomore year while I wasn't. I didn't understand how other peers around me were able to, and I wasn't. I knew it was procrastination, but I didn't really know how to stop it. Then came life design. When I picked this class as an elective freshman year, I thought great. It was perfect. It would be a free block where I can chill, hopefully get higher chances of having a class with my best friend, watch movies, and do homework. I was extremely wrong.
We had to pick projects, and I honestly didn't know what project to do. My mind was blank. I knew I wanted to do something with school, I just didn't know what. And that is when I asked myself, what is something that I myself struggle with? And that led on to the procrastination program. I started researching on the ways that many procrastinated and avoided doing work. For example, doing delayed chores, like as you can see me sweeping, talking to others, and being on your phone, which generally just gets you sidetracked in general. And these were one of the few and major ways that people avoided getting tasks done. I then continued to research how it affected us negatively as we waited last minute to do everything. But I got stuck because I had information, but I didn't have a product, just progress of knowledge. That was when I decided to reach out to the Morristown Neighborhood House to see if I could get the procrastination group that I was thinking about implementing into the teen program. I didn't get a email back from them for a very long time, so I was stuck with no real solutions. After that, I went to Mr. Daly for help, and he suggested trying the program at school. Testing it out helped me understand what worked and what didn't, and how I could improve it. Running the meeting at school helped me understand how a real meeting would go, and really helped me understand what went well and what didn't, and how I could improve. I finally got an email back and met with the director, part of the neighborhood house, to discuss, and she said that she was more than welcome to help me out with my project and even try to implement it during the month of May. As I started structuring the program and organizing on how I wanted it to go, with all my research, I even started building small habits myself, like organizing my tasks, setting realistic goals, and actually sticking to a schedule. Like on my new notebook that I had. This was the beginning of February. I had everything ready on how I wanted stuff to go, my assignments, and when I would get them done. At first, it was difficult to stay consistent, and it was hard, but over time I improved. For example, in math, I started studying more and actually understanding the material better because I gave myself enough time, like here. I noticed that I wasn't just completing assignments earlier or just getting them done because it was necessary, but it was more about the quality, as seen in my
page. While I keep talking about the rest of my project and what I learned, I will be doing my math homework.
While I'm doing my math homework, I will be talking about how the shift of gears started towards the end of January and the beginning of February. Overall, it has been helping me finish sophomore year stronger. My grades are turning around, although they aren't as good as my middle school and freshman year of straight A's. I am now at all A's and a few B's, and I realize that's okay. Life design also taught me that I can do whatever I want as long as I put my mind to it. And school is just something that shifts our gears to act a certain way when we have so much more creativity and growth ahead of us to share with the world. Learning about procrastination and how other people struggle with it didn't just improve my productivity, it improved my mindset. I became more disciplined and responsible, and I started holding myself accountable instead of making excuses. I also felt less stressed because I wasn't constantly worrying about deadlines or feeling overwhelmed. It also made me a better person because it helped me build confidence. Finishing tasks on time and seeing my progress showed me that I'm capable of managing my time and reaching my goals. While creating and following this anti-procrastination program, it taught me that change doesn't happen all at once. It happens through small, consistent actions. It made me more organized and more focused on school, and those are qualities that will help me far beyond school. And going back to the confidence aspect, I realized it did start to carry into other areas of my life, like participating more in class and being more motivated overall to do things such as homework or small tasks like cleaning my room, because I knew I was going to feel accomplished. This mindset I have learned throughout the year is starting to bring that spark of motivation back that I craved when I was younger. But instead of receiving it from others, it was from myself.